What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Teen Mom OG Season 10 premiere, which aired on MTV on tonight. The show started off with Ryan happy to be back home with wife Mackenzie and their newborn. But Macy is not too convinced that he has changed since his threats to her husband on last season's show. Caitlin and Tyler has ended their trial separation and it is happily back together, and she's just hoping that it works out. So Cheyenne and Corey, they hooked up last season, but they decided to not take it there because she feels like Corey is not ready for commitment. In the meantime, he's been seeing somebody else who goes by the name of Taylor. And Cheyenne seems like she have a little issue with him moving on so fast and wanting to bring Taylor around Ryder. So they had it out, going back and forth about the fact that she has the nerve to tell him who he can't bring around their child when she had a man living in the house with their child. And I could understand what he meant by that. But I feel like it comes a point when they have to grow up and be mature adults, co-parent Ryder, and just come to a decision to realize that they can trust each other of who they're going to bring around their child. At the same time, maybe they, should kind of take it slow with that, not saying that something was wrong with Isaac or, Taylor is not fit to be around him or whatever. I'm just saying they should kind of take it slow with wanting to bring someone. Both of them should take it slow with wanting to bring someone around their child. Because it's like he probably just, I'm pretty sure he just met her. I mean, just a few months ago, he was with Cheyenne. So she claims that she just don't understand how he feels that that's okay. And I'm like, again, you could tell by the tone in her voice that it's all about a jealousy thing. So Amber is back this season, even though she claimed not to come back to the Teen Mom franchise after dealing with depression. And on top of that, a lot of negative backlash from social media. But she says she's dealing with the social media the best that she can. And she decided to come on back and film this season. I'm like, I know you was, because I just don't see how they can easily just quit now. I noticed that Bristol didn't come back this season. But it's also her first season last year. So I never really was able to digest the fact that she was going to be a part of this for the long term. So it's not like a big deal to me, like by her saying that she didn't want to be a part of the show anymore. And the reason why she didn't want to be a part of the show this season is because she says she don't like the way they painted her in a bad light last season, making her look like she was a bad person towards Dakota. And just, didn't show any sympathy or empathy towards what he was dealing with the PTSD. Okay, so Macy is going over homework with Bentley. She get a phone call about Ryan, of course. And I don't know why, but it just irked me the way she was talking on the phone with the person. It's like she was dragging her words. I wanted to mute the TV until they go to another scene. So Tyler says that he took the trial separation pretty seriously. He was like, when I was away from Caitlin, every week I missed her more and more. And that's when I just came to realize that I just miss my wife and I want to be at home with my wife and I want to be married to I want to be with Caitlin. And I'm like, that's a good thing. And I just don't see them ever splitting up. I can never see either of them going their separate ways. I can't see them with someone else. Like, I know with them it's a forever thing. So Corey comes to get Ryder and he meets with his friends, talking this big man talk about how he put his foot down to Cheyenne and stuff like that. And of course the dudes, they gonna have his back and like, man, you just do what you gotta do. You're a good dad and blah, blah, blah. So Caitlin and Tyler couldn't really enjoy their alone time since they're back in the house together. because Nova started having a tantrum after Tyler wanted her to go to bed. So while she's in bed, she's just screaming and hollering till Caitlin couldn't take it. And she went to rescue her. And I'm like, you can tell that Tyler is looking like, okay, so why am I disciplining her if you're going to turn around, and just overturn everything and let her have a way? And it's like she was saying that Tyler is a much stricter parent than her, but when it comes to her, she's a different way. I'm like, y'all gonna have to figure it out, or it's gonna always be like that, and she's gonna always have her way. She's gonna know just what to do to get out of the punishment or whatever it is. So, Caitlin, she was like, I don't know, but Tyler, he can stick to whatever it is. And me, it's like she just got this soft spot, and like, I just can't stand to hear her crying, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna go get her out of the bed or whatever it is. I'm like, yeah, I could see that. So then Tyler's mom comes over and she gives her opinion, which really wasn't helping because all she was doing is just pointing out the obvious. So Amber claims that she's changed and she don't let things get to her as much as she used to. She said that she blew up on Andrew, first of all, because he told her that she handled the situation wrong. First of all, getting in the BS with David Eason on social media. So she just blew up on him. So Cheyenne, she went over to talk to her sister about the argument she had with Corey. And she claims that we was trending on social media. And everybody was just talking about like how long we had been together before Rioter. And I'm like, girl, she just got such a big head. So Ryan is out with his wife and he apologized to her for putting her through so much. And he said that he was just glad to be back home. He claims that he feels bad how he's been acting towards Macy, and he just wants to have a chance to talk it out with her. Mackenzie thinks that he should just chill out for a moment, and she hopes that this 90-day treatment that he just come home from, she hopes that it's done him some good and help him get back on the right track. So Caitlin and Tyler, they talk about the separation and how it was a good thing for both of them. She says she never wanted Tyler to feel uneasy around her, and that it has taught her to not feel like she just need him so much. Cheyenne goes to Corey's house trying to make him feel bad and guilty. And she makes this super big deal about him wanting to bring Tyler around. And then she starts crying and talking about, you got to understand, I never had to share a writer, and this has been the hardest thing for me and all that. And I understand that. But at the same time, I just don't feel like that's what it's really about. It's like a jealousy thing to me. It's like the typical Cheyenne. She don't want Corey, but she don't want nobody else with him. So if he don't work out for her, like in a committed relationship, she shouldn't even care about who he's with. And I know she trusts him enough to know that he's not going to bring just anybody around Ryder. So that just goes to show that it's not even about that. So Macy, she go to talk to the counselor about Ryan and claims that she don't trust him being a full-time father to Bentley. And even the counselor was like, yeah, I understand what you're saying because he hasn't been there. So he understands why she's hesitating to kind of go into a different situation now. So Corey's going on a trip to Mexico with Taylor. And of course, Cheyenne, she's just like all in her feelings all about it. Like she don't understand how he can just move on so fast and making it so public. And he's ready to let the world know that he's crazy about Taylor. And of course, Cheyenne, she just looking like a whole hater over there. She in her feelings about it so much she can barely focus on Ryder in her ballet practice. So Corey and Taylor, they took their trip to Mexico. And no sooner than they made it to Mexico, Cheyenne calls him to let him know that Ryder had took sick and she had to rush her to the hospital. So I'm like, he's in Mexico. There's no way that he's just, I just don't know. It's like she was kind of using that to make him feel bad. And it's not like he knew that his child would get sick. Like, he is entitled to still have a life outside of just co-parenting. When he don't have Ryder, he have a right to still see other people and stuff like that. And that's what she want to strip away from him. So Ryan has been arrested again, and Macy, she don't even know how to begin to tell Bentley. But she says she know for sure she don't want the cameras around when she do. Corey and Taylor, they make it to Mexico and finds out about the baby. But he's been making his relationship public. Before he found out about a baby, he'd been online and just like showing the world him and Taylor having a good time. So he got a lot of backlash on social media because Cheyenne, in the meantime, was posting pictures of her in the hospital with Ryder. And I'm like, if you're so worried about your child, who has time to be posting pictures of the child soon as you get to the emergency room? Like, you're not even giving the people a chance to do what they have to do to find out what's wrong with it and everything. Like, you think my mind would be on social media and my child has a fever over 100? I mean, I just don't get her. That just goes to show that she's just doing all that to get to Corey. So Mackenzie is straight up fed up with Ryan and his BS. She's like, look, I didn't sign up to be a single mother. Tyler went to go visit Butch, and he's living with a new girlfriend. And he's looked good and everything, like he still looks good, like he's constantly making progress in his recovering. So he says that he's been smoking weed. And Tyler was like, what? Hold up. Why are you smoking weed? I just don't agree with that. I mean, you're a recovering addict. The last thing that you should be looking for is something to make you feel away. And he was like, yeah, but it only helps me. It helps me with the anxiety. That's the only reason I smoke it. It helps me with the anxiety. And it makes me feel good. And I don't have a worry in the world. And I don't think nothing is wrong with that. Well, Tyler was totally disagreeing with him on that. And he was like, because of things you said in the past, you was like, it starts off with the weed and then it goes to stronger drugs. So he was like, yeah, but that's not me now. Like, I'm not going to take it there. Trust me, I'm not going to take it there. I'm only smoking weed and that's it. So like I say, Tyler disagreed with him on it. Gary and Christina found out that Amber had contemplated suicide. Now, he's aware of her depression, but he never knew that it had gotten that bad off. He said that learning of all this just made him so sad. And you can tell that it is really bothering him. So, and then, like I say, to make matters worse, she went to social media posting pictures, and it's like she kind of had people going at Corey. Like, she wanted that. She wanted it to go that way. She wanted people to go at Corey and say, you a bad father. How you going to be on vacation and your child sick and stuff like that? And I'm like, what, they want him to magically appear at the hospital? I'm pretty sure if he could, he would have been there. People are just so crazy, like need to mind their own business. So Ryan's dad is scared that the judge might throw him back in jail for a long time on this probation violation. And Mackenzie, while they all just kind of talking about worst case scenario, she just was like, I'm done. She got up and she just walked out on the cameras. So Amber, she's heading to therapy, and she said that she's going to allow the cameras to come in while she talks to someone that deals with like bipolar depression. Tyler and his sister Amber both disagree that Butch should be smoking weed. especially being a recovering addict. He thinks that it's no big deal, though, and claims that nobody can con him into doing cocaine again, so they don't have to worry about that. And I want to be wrong, but it really looked like that Cheyenne was blaming Corey for Ryder's sickness. I mean, she went on and on about it. And she make it look like he want his child to be sick. Like he wanted that. She know he crazy about his child. But like I say, damn, can a man have a life outside of co-parenting? And so he immediately picked up and left. And his friend, he went to go vent to his bars and stuff. And they was like, man, that's messed up. You know, she got you like that. And he was saying, she just really rubbed me the wrong way with that. Like, she is such a negative person. Like, yeah, she's very controlling, like a borderline narcissist. That's what she is. And I really notice it in her now this season, because it's like she don't want him, but she don't want him with no one else. Like, she can't take the loss. She can't take the loss. I mean, to say that he's not commitment material, why are you so worried about who he's with? I'm just saying, if it was my child and I'm not with someone because they don't want to commit and they just not there yet and we not on that level, I don't give a damn what he's doing. I'll text him or call him and let him know what's going on, or, you know, FaceTime or whatever. But I'm not going to social media with it. And I just tell people on social media to pipe down. We're good. We got this. But I blame her for the backlash, because she didn't even have to post that picture. She know what she was doing when she posted a picture of Ryder in the hospital. So the judge gave Ryan 90 days in jail for violating his probation. And I just don't have no words. I just don't have no words. It's like just an ongoing cycle of the same old thing with Ryan. Until I see like a change in him for the long term, I don't really have nothing else to speak on when it comes to Ryan and Teen Mom 2. Like, I really don't. His dad was like, well, you know, it's just the 90 days. He took the plea and stuff like that. And I'm like, but, and then it's on something like you really couldn't control yourself. You didn't think for 1 minute that, well, I guess he didn't. Like, you know this gonna violate your probation. You know what it's gonna do. It's gonna take you away from your family, from your wife, from your child. Like, you really want to be living like this. You want to make this a habit in your life. Like, you selfish. You really not thinking. It makes you a selfish human being. Like, you really don't care about nobody else but yourself. Don't care about the consequences. It's just whatever. It's either that or he has a serious mental problem. And if he has a mental problem, I mean, we got to look at that. And then, you know, hopefully he can get the help that he needs, so he can be able to think clearer. Because Ryan, he just been gone. He just been out of it for the last couple of years. Ever since that episode, I will never forget, when he was dozing off, going to sleep behind the wheel. Like, that was so scary. And I just hope he gets the help that he needs. That's all I can pretty much say about Ryan. Amber's therapist give her some good tips on how to better communicate with Andrew. She claims that she thought she was, you know, communicating with him. The therapist said that with bipolar depression, people have a tendency to kind of just snap at any moment on someone, because it's like in their mind, they have changed channels and become someone else. Just like that. And you wondering like, okay, what just happened? We were just having a good conversation. And then they just snapped. And she said, yeah, but I thought I was. The therapist was like, so the next time you're in that moment, just take a deep breath and just ask Andrew, like, you know, how you want him to understand where you're coming from, but don't snap at him. So Amber claims that she thought she had been communicating with him that way. And see, that's what made me think right then and there that she don't even realize what her mind is doing at that moment. It's like she's just not in her right mind. She didn't even realize that. That's how you know that it's real and this girl is really suffering. And I feel sorry for her. Like, I hate to see her going through this. I hate to see anybody struggling with depression, bipolar depression. I mean, just any of that. It's really hard to see people go through that, and knowing that it's no cure for it, it's nothing can be done. You know, they take the medicines and it just don't get better. I feel sorry for people. And then he also said that bipolar depression is known, like it has one of the highest rates of suicide, I think he said. And then Amber was just sitting there just looking like, this is my life. Like, you can tell, you can see in her face she was in a state of shock for a moment. I just feel sorry for Amber. I mean, because she's really trying. She's really trying. It's like she got the fake happiness and fake smiles and stuff like that. And I could only imagine what a person is going through who, you know, what they feel inside. Like, I really sympathize with people who's dealing with depression. Like, they really, I have a soft spot in my heart for that. And then she cries and she was like, I just want to be happy again. And if I haven't heard so many people who suffers from depression say that, I mean, I've even said that, and I didn't realize that it was depression that had me feeling that way. Like, at one time, I didn't know how to be happy. Like, I really didn't know what it felt like to be happy at one point in my life. And it took me to, like, hit rock bottom. Sometimes you're just going to have to hit rock bottom and just go through a total breakdown in order to come through that and be a whole new you. It's like a, I don't know, like a, it's just like something in your brain is just out of whack, and it's gonna do the most before it just completely shuts down. And so I've been there, but I never, thank God, I never went for treatments or therapy or anything like that. I considered it if it had gotten that bad off, but I just went through the motions until I just had that complete nervous breakdown. Like, my nervous system just I was just out of my body. I was out of my body. I couldn't do nothing with myself. I was out of control. I was so scared. And that's just the phase of panicking and an anxiety and a depression, just all in one big ball. So I just feel so sorry for her, and I really wish that there was a cure for depression. And the doctor, you can tell that he was just feeling so weary in that moment when he was talking to her, and she started crying and I started tearing up. I just hate to see people in that light, but I wish her the best. I really hope that she can come through this and have a testimony, because she will have a powerful story to tell, because I've seen her season after season struggle with this. And I'm rooting for her. I know she got this. Her and so many others who are dealing with it. So anyway, didn't really mean to go there. But yeah, that pretty much conclude the 2-hour season premiere of season 10 of Teen Mom OG. So if y'all like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. And as always, thank y'all for watching. And I'll see you next week.